So Bhagavad Gita, 4th chapter, 11th Sloka. Ye yatha mam prapadyante
Ye yatha mam prapadyante
tam stataiva bhajamyaham.
Tam
tathaiva
bhajamyaham
Mama vartamanuvartante
mama
vartamanu
vartante
manushya partha sarvashah.
Manushya
ya
partha
partha
sarvashah.
Anand, you want to try?
Yeah. Ye yata mam prapadyante
Ye yata mam prapadyante
tam stataiva bhajamyaham.
tam stataiva bhajamyaham.
Mama vartamanu vartante
Mama vartamanuvartante
Manushya partha sarvashah.
manushya partha sarvashah. Dr. Sujata garu meer cheptara, we will follow.
Yes, sir. Ye yatha mam prapadyante
Ye yata mam prapadyante
tam tathaiva bhajamyaham
tam
tataiva
bhajamyaham.
mama vartmanu vartante
Mama vartmanuvartante
manushyaha partha sarvashah
manushya partha sarvashah. Okay. Malikarjun or Satish, you want to try?
Yes, I want to try.
Yeah, please.
Ye yatha mam prapadyante
Ye yata mam prapadyante
tamastattvaiva bhajamyaham
tam stataiva bhajantaye bhajamyaham.
mama vartamanu vartante
Mama vartmanuvartante
manushyayaha partha sarvashah
manushya partha sarvashah. Satish, you want to try? Because it becomes a practice to us to recite some of the Sanskrit shlokas. Maybe little mistakes here and there doesn't matter. We have to put an effort. One by one, it will go forward. Because this is a small group, we can try.
Ye yata mam prapadyante
Ye yata mam prapadyante
tamastataiva bhajamyaham
tam stataiva bhajamyaham
mam vartamanurvartante
mama vartmanuvartante
manushyaha partha sarveshah
manushya partha sarvashah. Okay, I think it's a good attempt. Let me go to the synonyms. Synonyms. Ye, all who. Yatha, as. Mam, onto me. Prapadyante, surrender. Tan, them. Tata, so. Eva, certainly. Bhajami, reward. Aham, I. Mama, my. Vartma, path. Anuvartante, follow. Manushyaha, all men. Partha, O son of Partha. Sarvasaha, in all respects. Translation: as all surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. Everyone follows my path in all respects, O son of Partha. May I request one of you to please do the purport? Who would like to read it?
I will read, sir.
Okay.
Everyone is searching for Krishna in the different aspect of his manifestations. Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is partially realized in his impersonal Brahma Jyotir effulgence and as the all-pervading supersoul dwelling within everything, including the particles of atoms. But Krishna is fully realized only by his pure devotees. Consequently, Krishna is the object of everyone's realization, and thus anyone and everyone is satisfied according to one's desire to have him. In the transcendental world also, Krishna reciprocates with his pure devotees in transcendental attitude, just as the devotee wants him. One devotee may want love from him. In the material world, I think I will skip one. One devotee may want Krishna as Supreme Master, another as his personal friend, another as his son, and still another as his lover. Krishna rewards all the devotees equally according to the different entities of love for him. In the material world, the same reciprocations of feelings are there, and they are equally exchanged by the Lord with the different types of worshippers. The pure devotees, both here and in the transcendental abode, associate with him in person and are able to render personal service to the Lord and thus derive transcendental bliss in his loving service. As for those who are impersonalists and who want to commit spiritual suicide by annihilating the individual existence of the living entity, Krishna helps also by absorbing them into his effulgence. Such impersonalists do not agree to accept the eternal blissful personality of Godhead. Consequently, they cannot relish the bliss of transcendental personal service to the Lord, having extinguished their individuality. Some of them, who are not firmly situated even in the personal existence, return to their material field to exhibit their dormant desire for activities. They are not admitted into the spiritual planets, but they are again given a chance to act on the material planets. For those who are fruitative workers, the Lord awards the desired result of their prescribed duties as the Yagneshwara, and those who are yogis seek mystic powers are rewarded such powers. In other words, everyone is dependent for success upon his mercy alone, and all kinds of spiritual processes are different degrees of success on the same path. Unless therefore one comes to the highest perfection of Krishna consciousness, all atoms remain imperfect, as it is stated in the Srimad Bhagavatam 2:3-10. The shloka is Ekamaha Sarvakamo Va Mokshakama Udhara Drita Tve Bhakti Yogena yogena yogyate purusham param. Yajeta
Yajeta
purusham param.
Purusham
I'm
Param.
sorry. Yajeta purusham param.
Yes.
Wherever one is without desire, the condition of the devotees, or in desirous of all fruitive results, or is after liberation, one should with all effort try to worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead for complete perfection, humiliating Krishna consciousness.
Finally,
Hope I was clear, sir.
yes, culminating in the Krishna
Culminating in Krishna
consciousness.
consciousness.
That was clear, ma'am. Very nice.
Hope
You
I was
want to share
clear.
any of your thoughts or comments? It was good. Dr. Sujata Garu, you want to share any of your thoughts or comments? Please go.
Sir, you begin, sir. I will
Okay.
join.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Anand. So I'll try to share my comments and few of the thought processes on Bhagavad Gita chapter 4, 11th Sloka. I'd like to recall that this chapter, once again, that Bhagavad Gita chapter 4 talks about transcendental knowledge, and this is in English, but literally the title says it is Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yoga. Our goal when we are looking into this particular chapter is irrespective of the names or forms, like what Anand was saying, it is Krishna, and people who do not understand, I don't want to dwell into that particular names and forms. My goal is to understand what Bhagwan is trying to communicate in this chapter. What is the knowledge that I need to gain in my personal life? What is the knowledge that I need to gain such that I'm able to implement it in my professional life? What is the knowledge that I need to gain such that I'm able to implement into the societal well-being? What is the knowledge that I need to gain about the universal consciousness such that I am able to see everybody in a form of acceptance as they are? So that is the kind of a knowledge one I am going to see in that view as far as the knowledge is concerned. The second aspect of this is the karma, which is our actions, our activities. Our actions speak louder than our knowledge. We have to be working on our activities. If I am able to see these actions in my personal life, in my professional life, and in my societal activities, how I am behaving in my professional life, be it a deal coming in now, am I sticking to my timelines? Am I working on the lines which I'm supposed to? Am I working with the society in consciousness? Am I working with the universal nature in consciousness? What are my actions and activities in that direction? One needs to understand this particular thing. As far as the sannyasa yoga is concerned, sannyasa aspect is concerned, we need to be as detached as possible with each of our actions, irrespective of my own knowledge, irrespective of my own achievements in terms of jnana, irrespective of my own achievements in terms of my karma, in terms of my positions, in terms of my abilities of rendering services at personal, professional, or at a superior level. I got to be completely detached from the results thereof. Am I able to implement this into myself without any ego being associated with that? Am I able to make a combination of these three things in the form of a jnana, in the form of a karma, jnana in the form of my knowledge and wisdom, karma in the form of my actions, my activities, my performances, and sannyasa yoga in the form of being completely detached with each of my performances at the level of the knowledge, at the level of the actions, and at the level of the detachable abilities. Am I able to bring this as a union into my personal and professional life? In this particular shloka, Bhagavad Gita 4.11, Bhagwan is again giving 100% commitment. He is saying in this shloka very clearly. Let us look into this shloka once. Ye yata mam prapadyante tam tataiva bhajamyaham. Mama vartmanu vartante manushya partha sarvashah. When we look into the synonyms of each of these things, it will become very clear to us what is the commitment that the Bhagwan is offering to us. Let's look at it into the broader perspective of the what Bhagwan has to offer here. He's saying that all, yea, all who are onto me, prapadyante, surrender. This quality of surrender becomes so important. Any particular individual or a group, especially we focus on an individual. Bhagavad Gita doesn't focus on group of people like we have discussed. It doesn't focus on group. In the entire Kurukshetra, Bhagavad Gita was offered to Arjuna in single, as an individual. It was never offered into the groups of mass people. No, it was offered to an individual because this particular Arjuna was able to completely surrender to the Bhagwan. He would 100% surrender himself. So that is the basic quality of a devotee which he has to offer, to surrender himself in whatever state he is when Bhagwan calls for, irrespective whether there is a call coming directly or indirectly. Are we able to surrender? Prapadyante. This is the key quality one has to develop in oneself. This is the key quality for gaining the knowledge. This is a surrender to knowledge is what is required. Surrender to the kind of a commitment for an action which we are supposed to perform now, the duty for which I am supposed to perform now, as 100% commitment. Am I able to surrender? Am I able to surrender to the quality of the detachment now? That is prapadyante, surrendering. A person who is having this kind of a quality of surrendering to the moment of now, with an awareness that it is the supreme Parabrahman who is existing, who is calling for this jnana, who is calling for our actions in the form of karma, and who is advising us to be detached. Am I able to surrender myself? Am I able to surrender my ego to this call? This is the key quality of a devotee which we have to develop as an individual. This is very important. We have to understand this, to surrender our ego as an individual first. Okay, then to such kind of people, that is tan, them, tataha, so eva, certainly. Bhagavan is saying here certainly. He never says, okay, I will give you 50% if you do 50%, I will give you 20% if you do 20%. No, Bhagavan doesn't say that. Certainly 100%. You do an activity for which is equivalent to that, I will give you an offer, finish. You would have performed a kind of an activity with your respect which is 100% for you. Bhagavan will give you 100% for that activity whatever you have done. He doesn't say, okay, you do 5%, I will give you 100%, or you do 5%, I'll give you 4%. No, he will not say that. For whatever activity you have performed, equally I will offer, certainly 100% the reward will be offered. The kind of a quality of work, the kind of a quality of your jnana, the kind of a quality of your karma, the kind of a quality of your ability to be detached with your arishad vargas, all the arishad vargas, the six great enemies that we all have, the arishad vargas, starting with kama, krodha, lobha, madha, matsaryam, all the qualities which are existing in us. If I'm able to work on these qualities, the rewards are 100% being offered. To what extent one is able to surrender, to what extent one is able to offer his surrender to the Parabrahman, equally Bhagavan is confirming, I will reward them. Aham, I, mam, my, vartma, path. So whoever is coming in the path of Bhagavan, Now, what is this path? Bhagavan never says, okay, you come into my spiritual path. He never says you come into my religious path. He never says you come into my materialistic path. No. As a human being, we are being offered a free will. We are being offered a free will. This free will is working under the law, a particular law of universal law, which in our Vedic lore we call it as the dharma. We call it as the dharma. The moment we are able to follow the path of dharma, we are following the path of Bhagavan very naturally. The path of Bhagavan is the path of dharma. When we follow this path, anuvartante, when we follow this path with a surrender, such kind of all men who are his devotees, Bhagwan is confirming as a son, O Partha, Sarvashaha, in all respects. He will offer the rewards in all respects. Now, when we look into this particular thing, we must always understand that we are controlled in three forms. Number one, we must understand that we are in this materialistic world. Number one, we must understand that there is a Atman which is existing in me, which is working. We must understand that there is a Supreme Parabrahman who is acting as the controller. He never says you follow the spiritual path, or he never says you follow a religious path. He never says you follow a materialistic path. We are with free will. The moment a person has made a choice that he is going to follow a materialistic path, Bhagwan will accordingly see this path is whether it is in dharma or not. Is it in line with the law of the universal nature in this particular Brahmanda? Is it in this path of dharma? Accordingly, the rewards will be given. These rewards, many people think that if I'm making a lot of money in this particular time, that means say you're very successful. Maybe in one form it is correct. But if you look in other forms, this particular individual may have number of other problems. It could be his health is a concern. Maybe his family, some person is not having good health, or his family is having lot of troubles. He is having enmity from his own relatives. He is constantly, his mind is in constant fear. His mind is in constant turmoil. Will this person and come and then take me, may take my money? Is he going to come and then cheat me? In every person, this particular being, maybe he is seeing in the form of a doubt. That is his karma, his activities. Bhagwan will give him the reward accordingly. There is no such thing as you do 5%, 10%, I give you 5%, 10%. No, for that kind of an activity, you get your 100% of a result. Now, here, done. That is the kind of a commitment, 100% commitment that Bhagwan is offering in the shloka 4.11. If I am following a spiritual path, am I a dongi person? Am I saying, am I a hypocrite? Am I trying to justify my own statements? Am I trying to follow somebody just because somebody is saying? Have I put it into my practice in my day-to-day life? Have I experienced it? Am I putting it in my daily practice? This is what is the path of dharma. Am I able to do it? At the level of my personal level, am I able to do it? At the level of my professional level, am I giving a kind of 100% commitment to my professional life? Whatever job I would have taken, am I giving it the commitment? If I'm saying that at this time I'm going to be there, say for example at 9 p.m., am I able to be there at 9 p.m. or not? If I'm saying I'm going to do this at 10 p.m., am I going to do at 10 p.m. or not? Am I respecting the dharma of time? Am I respecting that? If I respect, nature in the form of Bhagavan will 100% reward us back. That is the kind of a commitment this shloka is offering. Now, if I'm detached in the form of a sannyasa yoga, 100% the one will be free from any kind of agony. Any kind of agony. Example, I'm doing a deal of a particular business deal, for example, and the deal goes or not. irrespective of that, am I doing a proper knowledge with complete jnana on that? Am I performing my activities which are related to that particular deal properly? Am I detached with this? Tomorrow anything good happens, it's good. Am I utilizing it for the benefit of the personal, at the level of the family, at the level of the professional activity, or at the level of the societal activity for the benefit? Am I doing it? Am I completely detached? Then Bhagwan is already sitting in us as a Paramatman within my body, already in the form of this pindanda. In my body, in my individual small body, he is already operating his universal laws. Then he gives the supreme spiritual bliss, because this particular individual is now working on a spiritual path which is followed with dharma as the path. If this particular individual is working in the form of a spiritual path, Bhagwan offers him the spiritual bliss. If that particular individual is following in a materialistic form, Bhagwan offers him in the form of the law of karma for him in the materialistic aspect. So he will reap his fruits. As we sow a seed, so are the fruits which we take thereof. This is the fundamental principle that this particular shloka is offering to us, Bhagavad Gita 4.11, which is the Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yoga. Bhagwan in this particular shloka is confirming and then committing that every individual will get a reward as per the path he is following, whether it is a spiritual path or a materialistic path, doesn't matter. The reward will certainly be offered when one is able to offer him a direct surrender or an indirect surrender. It doesn't has to be that I have to take the name of Krishna, Krishna, Krishna only and then say I'm surrendering it to you. I don't need to take a name of only Krishna. If I'm calling him by Krishna and then saying, okay, I'm going to surrender to Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Yes, it is, because if I'm saying a name, already I am limiting the supreme power of the supreme Parabrahman. The moment I limit myself with a name, I cannot give to the universal, unlimited, omnipresent, omnipotent, oh, fantastic Supreme Parabrahman, one name, and then say, this is the only limited form or name of this particular Parabrahman which is existing. I'm limiting myself of a scope. But having said that, this particular thing, when I give it a form, a name, it helps me as a human being to elevate myself to the next level. I am committed to that particular name because as a human being, I am an animal. And what kind of an animal am I? I am a goal seeking animal. I need to see everything in the kind of a form. I need to see everything in the form of a touch. Elementary school, very, very elementary. Not even basics, it's below basics. But of course, it helps one to go aparam with a small basic when one surrenders to that name, when one surrenders to that form with 100% commitment and 100% surrender. Within that limitedness, there is umpteen number of unlimited potential which is being sprung up out of this particular individual. So irrespective whether you take a name and a form and devote yourself or oneself to 100% commit and surrender to the Bhagwan. Irrespective, I don't take a name or a form, but I completely surrender, commit myself to the universal Parabrahman. Definitely there is a response which is coming back. Krishna is just one name. The meaning of that is unlimited unknown darkness. In the 12 forms of the Parabrahman, one of the supreme forms is unknown form, which is called as the unknown form. Krishna, darkness, unknown, avyaktam. This is clearly stated in the Vedas. Now, having said that, it is a choice with the free will that we need to surrender to our activities, surrender ourselves properly with 100% faith and commitment to acquire such kind of a knowledge, to perform such kind of committed, surrendered activities and actions, to be 100% detached with the results thereof of our activities. Am I able to bring a union of all these things? Bhagwan then is committing the rewards with 100% commitment. In this shloka, Bhagavad Gita 4.11, Bhagwan is once again confirming on the rewards for those individuals who are 100% surrendering with devotion, love, and the only way to achieve that is through bhakti, namamrutam, and actions. With this, I close my comments. Thank you. Any comments? Please go ahead. Or it is 9:56 now. Or
Excellent, have done a great job of describing things in entirety.
thank you.
Very succinctly told and clarified. Thanks, very nice. I'll be revisiting this tomorrow in the YouTube when you post it.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
That was fantastic, sir.
Thank you.
And I feel what is the grace from him is what is called as anugraham. Anugraham, that is,
Anugraham.
the kind of blessings that he,
Blessings.
anugraham,
Yes.
the blessings that he showers on us to proceed with whatever we are doing. It is because he says he gives a reward. A reward is given by him, and I'm just adding to whatever you said, because
That's right.
have said in Bhagavad Gita, the reward is given to us, and there's nothing other than just helping us to go for the anugraham is also not something physical, but giving us or showing us the right path always, so that we proceed in the same direction.
Perfect. Yes, that anugraham comes in the form of a knowledge. That anugraham comes in the form of resources, various resources. This anugraham comes in various forms of
It depends.
family. Yes, it comes in various resources. We start experiencing
Yes,
that anugraham moment by
yes, it
moment,
depends on the
moment by moment. What we have to see is we have to see that anugraham with a moment by moment awareness. How is he giving that kind of an anugraham? In what form is it coming? Because it is directly related to the path what we are following. What is the path I'm following? And his anugraham will be there. Automatic. Super. Yes, ma'am. Absolutely correct.
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So it's good. Nice comments. I think if you are good, because 10 o'clock I have one more meeting. I have to go for that meeting. It's 9:58. If you are good, then we can close the session.
Okay, fine,
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks,
Okay.
Yes,
Niru.
sir.
Great.
Yes, sir. We
Thank
will.
you. Then
Thanks,
have a
Niru.
good day.
Bye.
Thank you, ma'am, for joining us today. Normally,
Thank you.
Bhagavad
Thank you,
Gita,
sir.
we are doing
Thank
it on Monday, Thursday,
Yeah,
and
thank
Saturday.
you.
You're welcome to join us as per your convenience.
But the time, is it the same time?
Yes, normally it is 9
Is it
p.m. to
the
10
same
p.m.
time?
Yes,
Sometimes.
same time. Same time. Every day it's the
Okay,
same time.
sir. I will take it.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you then.
Okay, sir.
Have a
I
good
will.
day.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you,
you.
ma'am.
Please enjoy.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anand.
Thank you,
Bye.
sir.
Bye.
Yes,
Thank
bye.
you, sir.
Bye.